Stardust, I'm Soda. Welcome back to my channel where I review fragrance, makeup and luxury product. On today's video, we're going to be talking about dupes for designer scents, but specifically Arabic dupes. One thing about Arabs, they know their perfumes, and this video is a proof of that because they have managed to replicate and duplicate some of these perfumes to the T. One thing about me, I do not like to gatekeep. I'm a girl's girl, and the type of designer perfumes I'm talking about, most coveted, most loved, most desired. Watching this video, you're gonna save yourself a lot of money and you're gonna thank me later. I'm so excited to share with you guys all the scents and go through the profiles and notes. Having said that, let's begin this video. First perfume I want to talk about is Burberry Goddess. I know a lot of girls love this scent. It's very clean scent. For me, it's a bit too clean. I don't own this perfume. I have smelled it many times in the airport, and also my best friend loved this scent, and this is your regular scent, so I smell it a lot. Burberry Goddess for 100 ml on Sephora retails for 168 USD. The dupe for this perfume is Lattafa's Angam. It's being retailed for 45 USD for 100 ml. It is 4 times cheaper than the original perfume, and in my opinion, it smells better than the original. I have the Angam in small size. I have basically stolen some from my friend, 15 ml, because she had the big bottle and she didn't mind sharing. Let's have a look at the scent profile. Like I already mentioned, for the scent profile, Goddess only has like 4 main chords, which is vanilla, lavender, warm spicy and cacao. It's not an extensive list, it's very clean, straight to the point. When it comes to Angam, it has much wider list, but you have the same 4 points that we saw in Goddess. If you look at the shared notes of both perfumes, they have lavender, ginger, vanilla and cacao. But we have additional good stuff. For me, this smells more complex. I like it way more. It's not as clean. This is more sweet. This smells divine. Once I'm gonna run off this 15 ml, I'm gonna go get the big bottle because I genuinely really like the smell. When it comes to the longevity, I asked my friend to test it out and she said that actually the original and this perfume are head to head. They literally wear at the same time and both of them wear long hours. If you're gonna compare for the scent, for the longevity and also for the price point that you're paying, I definitely think Lattafa Angam is actually better than Burberry Goddess. But if you're somebody that likes really clean scents, maybe you would still prefer the Burberry Goddess. But for me, I like something that's a little bit more complex. You will see that some of my perfumes are in the smaller bottles. It's either that I have transferred it here or it's either that it was finishing and I didn't want to keep the big bottle, so I have moved it into a smaller one. By the way, all those prices I'm mentioning are from Lattafa's original site or Sephora or the main sites of the perfume. If you're planning on buying these on Shopee, Lazada or any other online store, it's gonna be way cheaper. So the price points that are mentioned here are mainly from the official sites. Next scent we're going to be talking about is Baccarat Rouge 540. I know that you have seen this scent everywhere. I feel like 2 years ago, it really started popping everywhere possible. You know what? Let me tell you something. I literally have 1-to-1 dupe. I know that it's like a strong word to say, but it's literally 1-to-1 dupe. I have another friend that owns the original, and before owning the original, she had bought this dupe that I have recommended here. And she has literally verbally told me like, Soda, I cannot smell the difference. And I agree with you. I don't think there's that much difference. I guess after it opens up, it might have a little bit different notes, but initial spray, it's 1-to-1. Baccarat Rouge 540. This perfume retails for 335 USD. It's really expensive. Versus the dupe, that's Lattafa Anna Abeille de Rouge, that's being retailed for 28 USD. The dupe is basically 12 times cheaper than the original. It is crazy. I cannot believe this only costs 28 USD while the original is 335. This is actually my 3rd bottle. I like to mix and match my perfumes. This one goes along with so many scents. I feel like it's very neutral in a sense where it's very mixable. Main chords for Rouge is woody, amber, warm spicy, metallic, fresh spicy, white floral, animalistic, fresh. Versus the dupe, that's Lattafa Anna Abeille de Rouge. It's citrusy, amber, caramel, fresh spice, aromatic. Basically, it's giving different scent profile than Baccarat Rouge. And also, if you look at the notes, the only similarities we have in the notes is ambergris and also oak moss, and that's about it. It's crazy that combination of these different smells and notes can come up with the same notes of Baccarat Rouge. And maybe I don't have like a exquisite nose, but to me they smell same. Just to run through, the longevity of this perfume lasts about 6 to 7 hours on the skin. So I think when it comes to longevity, it's still pretty good. I do think that the original one lasts a little longer, but this one is 12 times cheaper than the original. So who cares if it's not as long lasting as the original when it smells identical? Talking about identicals, the next perfume I'm about to move on to, I've been dreaming about this perfume. I've been wanting this perfume. I had the funds to buy it 3 times, but because it's so freaking expensive, I couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm talking about Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I even feel like kind of stingy to share this information, but I'm going to. And for the longest time, I was so bummed out that I have no dupes for this perfume because I've been really looking into it. The only other dupe for this Tom Ford that I found that had maybe some similarities is from Keyali. I think it was Love some number, I don't remember. I'll try to insert it in this video. Keyali one again, it is definitely much cheaper than the Tom Ford. Tom Ford Lost Cherry retails for 615 USD for 100 mls. And the Keyali one, I think it's around 135 or 140, I don't remember, which is like significantly much cheaper. But the problem is it didn't smell identical, or it didn't smell really fully like the Tom Ford Lost Cherry, which I really wanted. Until I found this dupe. This dupe is literally 1-to-1. So I think like a week or two ago, I was walking around with my bestie, and we usually like to go to this Arabic perfume store, and I was smelling around the perfumes and I saw this one. I was like, it's impossible, because I could literally tell this is the dupe for the perfume, for Tom Ford Lost Cherry. You know why? Because it looks identical almost. I mean, you can tell this is a knockoff version, but it looks identical to the Lost Cherry. And I said, I have to smell this. Like, what if it's a good dupe? And you know what? It is 1-to-1 dupe to Lost Cherry. I still can't believe it. I know it's 1-to-1. It's because I have the original, but in 10 ml. I've been really using it like little by little, saving it. I didn't want to waste it. So only special occasions, when I was going out, I would use this. Really, it almost feels like I'm giving away such a big secret, but I can't just be holding it to myself. I want you girlies to enjoy it as well. This is Boozy Cherry by Pandora Scent. This is a scent from UAE as well, but this one is being retailed for 28 USD only, meaning it is 22 times cheaper than the Lost Cherry. However, there's a downside to this, but I'll get into it in a second. If you ask me, are they the exact same thing? They are not. And the difference is the fact that the original is very concentrated, while the dupe, it almost feels like, they buy the original, they water it down, and then they put it in a bottle. Considering the price we're paying and the fact that it's 22 times cheaper than the original, to be honest, I don't mind the fact that it doesn't last the longest. I can always carry these around in the smaller bottle like this and be respraying it. It's just incredible. And the thing is, I don't even know if this is legal, because first of all, the packaging, you can clearly tell it is inspired by Tom Ford. The note list, I couldn't even find this fragrance on Fragrantica. I feel like this is such a not known thing that it's not even on Fragrantica. So I tried to find the note list online and I ended up finding royalperfumes.com, and they had the fragrance list. And when I read through it, the notes all 1-to-1 Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, literally. What's funny is that if you're actually gonna look at the promotional poster for Tom Ford and this perfume, I mean, like, they look exactly the same, almost. I don't even know how this is legal. To be honest, I don't care how this is legal, because I get to enjoy this scent at such a cheap price. When it comes to the downside of this perfume, I think I already mentioned, but this perfume is not long lasting. It's gonna probably last you 2 hours max. And also when you spray it initially, It doesn't really feel like a perfume. It feels like more of a mist. It's giving spray. It doesn't give a scent of a perfume. It's not strong. It's not concentrated. Tom Ford's own is much deeper. You can clearly tell that's the original scent, but I feel like the DNA and the notes are very, very similar. To me, now that I own the dupe, I don't feel the desire to go buy the original, which I've been really, really wanting. I feel like this has really satisfied my need for the Lost Cherry Liquor scent. Next perfume we're going to be talking about is Giorgio Armani My Way. I feel like My Way was really trending like 3 years ago. Now the face has really gone down, but still I wanted to talk about the dupe for this perfume because I think they kind of have the same scent profile. This is one of those dupes that don't smell identical to the original, but it is still quite nice. My Way is being retailed for 130 USD for 50 ml. And the dupe that we're going to be talking about today is another perfume from Lattafa. It is called Mayar. As you can see, the packaging is very much inspired by My Way. The top is blue, the packaging is pink. So therefore, I don't think the brand is really hiding that it is supposed to be dupe for My Way. And this one is being retailed for 39 USD for 100 ml. I feel like this is one of those dupes that I think the original did it better. I usually don't think so, but this one kind of smells a bit too synthetic for my liking. If we go through the scent profile, we can also clearly see that Giorgio Armani is more clean. Giorgio Armani My Way scent profile is pretty simple: white floral, tuberose, citrus, animalistic, and vanilla. While the dupe has fruity, rose, and sweetness into it. I feel like those notes kind of really make the perfume synthetic, and coming from me, it means a lot. I actually don't mind synthetic perfumes. For me to say that this smells synthetic and not in a good way, there has to be something. And the notes also are very white, very floral, very fresh. Lattafa's Maya scent profile, it has raspberry and lychee in it. That's different from the original version. The original does not contain these notes. So I think the raspberry really kind of kicks the sweetness into it and makes it really synthetic. I don't hate it. I still own the perfume. I would wear it like to just run errands or to wear it to the office. To be honest, when I go to the office, I don't really care. I don't put on makeup. I don't really dress up. So it's one of those like, it's a scent I don't care about. And I also think this scent is very suitable if you're somebody really young, like age of 15 to 20, maybe 21 is a bit of a stretch. And it's almost giving like Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works type of scent. It's not really giving expensive. So I think that's the reason I'm not too much big fan of this perfume, but I still do think that it's a good one, but not for adults. And I used to own My Way. I used to really like it. It's a very clean, very feminine scent. And therefore, I think I like that one more because I've used it. I have really loved it. I went through the whole bottle. I didn't care to purchase it because I had other perfumes. I don't think this really compares, especially when you have the first three perfumes, the dupes that I kind of really love and I really adore. This one just does not live up to expectations. The next thing we're going to be talking about is Marly Oriana. To be honest, I know the rave about Marly perfumes, especially Delina, but I never really went into that route because I think for me it's just too rosy. I don't like scents that are too rose dominant. I like fruity scents, I like clean scents, I like woody scents, I like mossy, woody, deeper scents, but rose has never been something that I was a big fan of. I'm still putting it in here in case you really love them and you want the dupe for this one. This is a really good dupe. So Oriana 75 ml is being sold for 390 USD, and the dupe that we're going to be talking about is Lattafa's Ansam Gold 100 ml is being retailed for 54 USD. That's like 10 times cheaper if you consider the mls. This is one of those perfumes literally one-to-one to the original. When it comes to Lattafa Rouge, the scent profile and the notes kind of differed from the Baccarat Rouge, but however, when you spray it and smell it, it's the same. But this one is not the case. Here, even the scent profiles and the notes match up really nicely. If you're gonna have a look at the Oriana, it's sweet, citrusy, fruity, powdery, white floral, vanilla, and musky. If you're gonna look at the Ensemble Gold, it's also sweet, fruity, citrusy, vanilla, musky, powdery, white floral, and there's just addition of rose there. And if we pay attention to the notes, it has almost very similar notes. It includes mandarin, raspberry, sweet notes, and musk. This smells very similar. When it comes to Ensemble Gold, it lasts 7 to 8 hours. When it comes to Oriana, I think it lasts longer, but for the price point, it's something that you would be expecting. Next perfume I'm gonna be talking about is a perfume that I really want to buy for myself. And I'm talking about the dupe version of this perfume. What I'm referring to, Keyali's Eden Apple Juice perfume. It's currently being retailed for 138 USD for 100 ml, and the dupe for this perfume is called Oud Sublime by Lattafa, and the 100 ml is being sold for 47 USD. I really want this perfume. I smelled it in store, I fell in love, and I knew this smells expensive, and I knew this smells very familiar to something I have smelled before, and I was like, huh. Later, I did my research and found out that it was the Eden Apple Juice, and it rang the bell. To me, I personally prefer the oud version. It's much stronger, and it's more like mysterious in a sense. I really love the scent. I'm gonna go get it. If you've been really wanting the Eden one, I do recommend you to go check out the oud one, and I do think that the oud one is really long lasting. The Sublime is 3 times cheaper than the original. I feel like Keyali is more affordable, but still, when you compare it next to each other, it's still 3 times cheaper when it comes to the dupe. Having said that, let's run through the scent profiles. This is another perfume that's very similar to each other. So if you look at Keyali, the scent profile is fruity, sweet, vanilla, wood, fresh. If you look at the Lattafa Sublime, it's fruity, fresh, tropical, vanilla, rose, green, and mossy. So basically, it has a little bit more than the Eden Apple Juice, which I like because it has this woodiness that I talked about. It has this mossiness and darkness that I usually like in a perfume. And the dupe shares same notes of apple, lychee, rose, jasmine, vanilla, and moss. So they have a lot of similarities. In my opinion, it's better to just get the dupe. Having said that, I think I'm gonna be buying the Oud Sublime in about 2-3 weeks, maybe when I'll get my salary next, because to be honest, right now I cannot justify buying it because I have so many perfumes, so therefore I'll just hold it a little bit. Last but not least, I wanted to give a special mention for Lattafa's Camera. I have kind of went through the bottle, so the remaining I have put it here. This perfume, some people say, is a dupe for Khiliane's Angel Sheer, but in my opinion they do not smell similar. That's why it is a honorable mention. This perfume smells really nice. From the similarities of the Khiliane, the notes are basically cinnamon, tonka bean, praline, and vanilla. Overall, I do think that they smell a bit different. For me, this smells more like winter, almost like an apple pie. Even though it doesn't have any notes of apple, it reminds me of the apple pie. Maybe it's the cinnamon and other spices used in this fragrance. I did see that this was a dupe for another perfume that I do not know about, so I didn't want to give my 2 cents. I want to talk about things that I know for a fact because I don't want to mislead you guys. So let's look at the scent profile for this one. If you look at the Khiliane's Angel Sheer, it's woody, warm, spicy, sweet, vanilla, cinnamon, amber, powdery. If we look at the notes, there are similarities, so I do get why people say that this is a dupe for the Angel Sheer. Like I already said, I have actually smelled the Angel Sheer and it doesn't smell identical. It smells, there's some similar notes, but I feel like it's just 2 different things. This I do recommend as well. These were all the perfumes I wanted to talk about in today's video. Just to do a recap, so far if I had to really recommend, it would be Lattafa Angham and also Boozy Cherry by Pandora Scent. Having said that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know if you knew any of these dupes. If you did, which one is your favorite? Or if you already have the original ones and you have tried the dupe, do let me know what you think. If you would like to see more on these topics from me, please leave it in the comment section below. And I really hope you like this video. I would appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to me. And I hope you have an amazing day.